Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So if you see my previous videos about DevOps and GitOps, and also I have just created about how the future of the AI operations is going to be in future, and the topic is missed in between that ML operations. There are some of people asking like, can you record a video on that? What is MLOps and how it is going to be a good learning for us who are adapting to the ML operations like a machine learning or artificial intelligence. So for that, I just want to record a video for that machine learning and ML ops, how it is going to be a game changer in the future. Okay, so let's jump into it and discuss about what is ML ops in the next 20 minutes. Okay, so don't skip this video, just follow this video completely. I'm going to give you a thorough understanding of what is ML operations and how it is going to help you, and what are the tools you can use it, and you can make use of those tools in your organization. It will help you to implement the ML operations very easily. Okay, so let's jump into it. And if you want this type of videos in future, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get my videos on top of it. Okay, let's jump into it. So first of all, what is MLOps? Okay, as I said about what is DevOps, GitOps, there's so many ops are coming, right? So we have a MLOps. Okay, let's check out what is MLOps here. So basically, machine learning operations, we call it as a machine learning operations. It's a set of practices that automate and simplify machine learning workflows and deployments. So as I said, like we have DevOps, and how in DevOps it is handling, we have a code and we are using that code and doing the next steps like build, testing, scanning. Those are the steps we are going around in the DevOps, right? So same thing here, instead of a code, we have a models. Okay, what is a model and what it is do? Okay, I'll tell you that also. So, in machine learning and artificial intelligence are the core capabilities that you can implement to solve complex real-world problems and deliver value to your customers. And also, this MLOps is a culture. Same like a DevOps, we have MLOps. It is in a culture and a practice which will unify your machine learning application development and at the same time machine learning system deployments. Okay, so this is what I just want to highlight here. It is a homegrown DevOps only, but on top of code, we are using a machine learning models. That is the only change here. So that is going to be a difference in the MLOps. And as per the organizations, you can use your MLOps to automate and standardize your process across machine learning lifecycle. So as like DevOps, we have these processes includes model deployments, development, testing, integration, okay, and at the infrastructure management. So everything is common. The the essence here is like the machine learning models. Okay, that is what I just want to highlight in this complete video. Instead of a code, we are going to use a models, machine learning models and workflows, entire ML operations. Okay, so why is the MLOps is required to stand in the future of a DevOps world? So at a high level, I just want to say like to begin this machine learning life cycle. So your organizations typically has to start with the data preparation. Okay, when I'm telling that models, right? So what is a model, right? So a model is a collection of data. Okay, you can fetch data from the different types of sources and which will perform an activities like an aggregation, duplicates cleaning, and feature engineering. So these are very high level terms, but in the core, it is fetching the data from the different types of sources and ingest in their own data sources. And on top of that one, we can build the different types of models. Okay, so using the data, we will train our models to validate. Okay, and we can deploy these trained and validate models as a prediction service that the other application can access through APIs. So that means we can get the data, we can train. Okay, we can train with the data, and then we can validate these models. So that is the steps of this machine learning MLOps process. Okay, and we can collect the data, completely, and we can train it n number of times to get the best model version, and which will be ready for our deployments. So it's not like we can get the first version, we can deploy that one. So we can do a n number of trainings to that model, which will provide you the best version, the best output as expected, so that it will proceed for the deployments. And also, it leads a frequent model version deployments and data versioning also. That is the main interesting topic for this MLOps. Okay, so much of training to that model will make you a betterment of that one. So that is what the machine learning operations is about. Okay, and experimenting and maintaining that ML training pipelines management, and which will be essential before your application can integrate to your actual model. Okay, so they will try to do the MLOps team, the MLOps engineers can try to make use of this trainings, make retrain that complete models, and then it will deploy to that actual code. So MLOps is actually, I can say like it's very critical to systematically and simultaneously we can manage the release of a new machine learning models with the application code and the data changes parallelly. And also this MLOps implementation treats the machine learning assets similarly to the other continuous integration and delivery CSCD environment software assets. Okay, that is the core of this MLOps for now. And next we can go to the principles of the ML operations. Principles are nothing but how we are managing the machine learning operations in nowadays. What are the steps we can follow to maintain this MLOps? So first version is version control. Version control, as I said, like we have Git repositories. We are doing so much in the DevOps, so that you are already aware of that one. But this process here is little different. This process involves a tracking changes in the machine learning assets to so you can reproduce the results and roll back to the previous version if necessary. So essence is same, but every ML training code are model specifications, right? Which goes through a code reviewer phase. Each is version to make the training of that ML models reproducible and auditable. So that's what the version control we are making use of it. And on whole, it's like maintaining that models and maintaining the versions of that reproducible ML models. Okay, that is the important of that. And next point is automation. Automation is core, as you are aware. It's expansion. It's expanding on the DevOps, AIOps, MLOps. Mainly the heart of that operations is like automation. So to automate various stages in the machine learning pipeline, which you need to ensure the repeatability, consistency, and scalability. These words are I keep on telling in my any video about DevOps and AIOps or GitOps anywhere. Okay, and these are this. I mean, in this process, this includes stages from the data ingestion, pre-processing, model training, and actually the validation of the deployments also happening in this automation process. Okay, and automation is more efficient with our infrastructure as a code. As you know, we are using our Terraform codes to do the automations. For now, when you think about infrastructure automation, we are using Terraform. So one click, we can create everything, right? So we can develop that infrastructure and then we can apply our machine learning models or anything. So essence is automation. And when it comes into the continuous process like a CI/CD, here also we have the same thing in MLOps, but the continuous process is separated into four types. That is continuous integration, which will extend the validation and testing of the code to the data and models in the pipeline. So same, but little different about the models. The continuous delivery automatically deploys the newly trained models or model prediction services. Continuous training, it is the new one added for this MLOps. Continuous training. So continuous training automatically retrain, just make an word of that one. It's a retrain the ML models for redeployment. Okay. It's not like when you deploy, it's done. It's not like that. It will retrain your models for the redeployment. And the last one is continuous monitoring. Yes, the concerns about the data monitoring and the model monitoring using our metrics for our business. The last one is governance. It's from the security perspective, which we are using the sensitive data that has to be protected, right? So as we are using different types of models and we are ingesting so much of data in our infrastructure, so our models, our infrastructure, which will be adhered to the security and at the same time the compliance requirements also to be met. And close collaboration between the data scientists, engineers, and business stakeholders. It is happening in this MLOps. Okay. Moreover, the machine learning models or data training, those things will be handled by this data scientist, as you know, and engineers also will be collaborated with them and to provide the faster close collaboration. And we are establishing this mechanism to collect the feedback about the model predictions and retraining the models further. So as a whole, it's a model governance, and we are sensitive as we are maintaining the data. It's a sensitive data. We have to protect it, and at the same time, on whole, we are protecting the models and at the same time infrastructure. Okay, so it's also an essential to have a structured process to review, validate, and approve the models before they go live. Okay, this requires a model governance, and this can also involve checking for fairness, bias, and ethical considerations. And next, we are going to check about benefits of AWS MLOps. So sorry for that AWS. I just want to remove that one. I just want to focus on only the MLOps. I don't want to discuss or I don't want to say anything on that AWS perspective. I just want to tell you about MLOps for this video. Benefits are when you use MLOps, okay, and we can analyze the data and derive into a decision making. That is one benefit. And we can, the first thing what I said, like faster time to market. That means, you know, we are providing a framework to achieve, okay, our goals more quickly and efficiently. And our developers, managers can become more strategic and agile in their management, and ML engineers can provision infrastructure to declarative configurations like Terraform files to get projects started more smoothly. So that's the meaning of that faster time to the market. So we can build it infrastructure quickly, and we can provide the framework to that infrastructure quickly, so that the automating of this model creation and deployment results very fast go to market times with a lower operational cost. Okay, that is the main use of this faster time to market. And productivity improvement, as we provide the faster time to market and we are providing the infrastructure like MLOps practices boost productivity, and it will accelerate the development of ML models. So they can provide the repeatable process of the rapid experimentation, right? Well, as I said, like we are doing that experiment, retrain the data. So software engineering teams can collaborate and coordinate through the ML software development lifecycle to provide the efficiency, greater efficiency. Okay, that is improvement of the productivity. Model deployment, as you know, that we are doing that CI/CD process to provide the and improvement of this performance to avoid that any degradations, and we can maintain the quality of our model. Yes, this is true. Even after upgrades and model tuning, we are doing the efficient model deployment. So there's a question how we can implement that MLOps. As I said, like it is getting retrained, but how it is happening? Okay, how the an organization can separate that into a different layers, right? That question will come into your mind. So first of all, how the sorry, it will be separated into a three levels: level 0, level 1, and level 2. So level 0, it's very manual step, which will include the data preparation, machine learning training, and model performance and validation. So these and all the steps, whatever I said, will be happening with the manual transition between step to step. Okay. And the data scientists typically hand out trained models or as artifacts, and engineering teams can deploy that into the net API infrastructure. So this is a manual process, and there is no consideration of a CI/CD here. Okay, rest of the code. Similarly, the active performance monitoring is a not existent. It's just a core manual process how the respective data we captured here, how it is working in the level 0. Next, coming into the level 1, they just want to train the same model with a new data frequently requires level one maturity implementation. So they will collect the data already they collected, and they just want to retrain the data. Okay. And whatever the retrained data we have it, they want to use that for the other applications. So whichever they use for the some certain amount of the applications, they will use for the next list of applications. So for this level one maturity, what are the things we need to consider here is like we can have this machine learning experiment steps that involve significant automations, and it will continuously training of the model in production, which will with the fresh data as a live pipeline trigger. So with we are taking the fresh data always, right? So the model is taking the new data and ingesting the data to these models and providing the better response for that one. So uh, as you create the centralized feature store that standardizes the storage and access of the definition of features. So in addition, we can have a managed data like information about each run and the pipeline of the reproducible data. So machine learning operation one will be like an advanced for that machine learning zero. Zero is a manual process. One is little advanced that we are retraining it. When it comes into machine learning operations, MLOps two, it's a final version that we are deploying with your pipeline orchestrator, and we are putting that model into our registry, and we are building the pipeline, and we are iterating that machine learning algorithms and doing that orchestration using this pipeline and storing the code in the source repository. As you know, same procedure for that building the pipeline and deploying the pipeline. And we are serving the finally, when you serve the pipeline as a prediction service of your application, you collect the statistics of the deployed model prediction service from the live data. And this stage output is a trigger to run a pipeline or a new deployment cycle. So the cycle, if you imagine, we can ingest the data and we can prepare the data and process the data. On whole, what is happening in this implementation is like data. We are taking the data and handling the data in a different fashion, and how we are building the pipelines for the ingesting the data, creating a model. After creating the model, how we are deploying that models, like building that models, monitoring that models, and retraining that models again, and scaling those models using the deployments. So this is the steps you just need to understand clearly. So it's very simple, as you know, as I said from the beginning, the difference between this MLOps, DevOps is like um, both are practices, but it improves the process where you deploy, and monitor the software applications. As you know, DevOps aims to bridge the gap between the development and operations teams, and DevOps also ensure that code changes are automatically tested, integrated, and deployed to the production efficiently and reliably. It promotes the culture of collaboration to achieve faster release cycles, improved application quality, and more efficient use of resources. On the other hand, oh, sorry. On the other hand, MLOps is also a best practice, but it is specifically designed for ML projects. While it can be relatively straightforward to deploy and integrate traditional software, ML models present unique challenges, and they involve the data collection, model training, validation, deployment, and continuous monitoring and retraining. So on whole, DevOps deals with the code changes, MLOps deals with the machine learning lifecycle, models, and the data. So finally, it brings a DevOps principle to ML also. But MLOps results in a faster deployment of machine learning models and with a better accuracy over time and stronger assurance that they provide real business value. So it's not that easy to um, to say this one, because DevOps, as we are already been there from the last 5 to 6 hours, there are so many tools were coming into that one. So we are already into that. We are taking it to so many tools for developing our pipelines, doing the deployments on that one. So instead of the code, we are going to use a machine learning. So we are using a data and we are using a models which will get trained with the hell amount of data, and it will ingest to that models. The models will take that bunch of data and train, retrain, and finally it will come out with a um, proper model which we are going to deploy that in our environment. So this is the actual difference between this MLOps and DevOps. As I've already said about what is the difference between this AIOps, MLOps, and DevOps in my previous video. Just go and check that one if you're interested. And the last one, I just want to highlight here, what is the tool we can use for this MLOps is like we have a beautiful tool called Amazon SageMaker, which will prepare the data, build and train, deploy ML models. Okay. So if you're interested on that, how to use the model development, it's a very hand-on tool. And if you have an AWS free tier account and you can go and just browse it and just see the documentation of that one and try to make use of it. Okay, first understand what the concept, what I said in this video, what is MLOps is, how it is matured and maturity is going on when compared to the DevOps, and how it is dealing with different types of data, how it is trained itself. Then it's not like AWS, we have an Azure and we have it on the GCP. There are tools for this process. Okay, but as I am using for that Amazon SageMaker for this ML operations, so just try to use it. And I want to tell you that SageMaker is only for the data preparation and only for the models and all. But if you want to deploy it and if you want to build testing, those things and all is common. We can use our existing tools itself. And even you can do the deployments in your Kubernetes cluster also. That really the same process. So that's it about this video. I hope I covered about what is an MLOps. If you don't know the MLOps, I hope you got something about MLOps today. And if you have any questions on that one, please comment on it. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. So see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.